I have something to say.
The Revival states that they are the Renaissance of tag team wrestling and they will take back their titles and become the first ever two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling come down to challenge them and cite that if they're the best, where's their gold? Trash talk ensues that provokes the Revival into a minor scuffle with their opponents for the evening, as would be made official by Mr. Regal. Nakamura is interviewed a week ahead of his match against Austin Aries and makes it clear that Aries will go down to the King of Strong Style. Buddy Murphy versus Ty Dillinger. Now is not a good time to be Buddy. Alexa's done with him and he's gone his separate way from Blake into his first solo match in weeks, months, and he just so happened to go up against Perfect 10. Murphy had brief openings that showed any sign of promise as Dillinger was just too good in this match, which ultimately resulted in Ty winning via connected neckbreaker. Not a bad match. Interview segment with Corey Graves conducting between Balor and Joe, and it's heated right from the word go. Balor is very humble throughout while Joe plays up the arrogant heel motif efficiently, acting like a self-entitled jerk that thinks he's owed a title shot just because he tagged up with Balor at TakeOver Respect last year. We're still on this? Interesting. It will be an interesting match at TakeOver The End, June 8, as it's the first ever cage match in NXT history, and Balor's first ever cage match, for that matter, in NXT.
Jobbing time!
Austin Aries versus Elias Samson. Samson, what are you still doing here? Have you picked up any major wins since debuting in NXT? You keep up this losing streak, you actually might make Virgil look credible. Shots fired. Heel or not, Aries was the better competitor as he actually has coordination in the ring. Aries wins via Last Chancery.
I have something to say.
And the obligatory soft heel turn in progress is not complete without some trash talk aimed at Nakamura, citing that he will find out why he is the greatest man alive after TakeOver. Subtle much? The main event. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus The Revival. A damn fine tag match of a main event. Revival were pushed and Gargano and Ciampa stepped up, claiming a victory over the smug former champions who have been touting for some time that they are the reason why tag team wrestling has been enjoying a renaissance period. Sure. And Oni Rikaku is going on a double date with Eva Marie and Nikki Bella next week, which includes romantic music. And he's watching this thinking, dude, I hate you. I hate you so very much. Signed, Oni Rikaku. Jizzybizz. Losers Are Us take it out on the winners, as only they know how, which prompted American Alpha to rush the stage and clear the ring before attending to Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling. The final segment of the evening saw the contract signing of Nia Jax versus Asuka for TakeOver The End for Asuka's NXT Women's title. Nia interrupted Regal arrogantly, not understanding why people are afraid of Asuka, and that she took out Bayley and she will do the same to the Women's Champion. Asuka simply retorts, "You talk too much." Say what you will about Asuka, but she's not one to mince her words. She knows what she's walking into at TakeOver next week. Nia may have left the champion with something to think about this week with the powerbomb, but that will just light Asuka's fire to overcome the odds and put Nia down again. And the last thing you want to do in any match with Asuka is to motivate her. Nia, be prepared for humble pie. For the go-home episode before next week's takeover, everyone turned in a decent performance. Well, everyone except Elias Jobson, who hasn't quite mastered the art of stop jobbing. The focus is mainly set on the rematch between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe in the NXT Championship Steel Cage match, and the battle for the ages in Asuka versus Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. NXT gets a solid A.